The world's first trillionaire would be the CEO of the first asteroid mining company. Many futurists and astrophysicists seem to think that, but is it even possible to mine asteroids? First of all, let's talk about the current state of mining. We're not talking only about gold, silver, and diamonds. Today's world is built on copper, iron, and silicon. The holy trinity of elements allows us to have fast-speed internet, computers more powerful than anything imaginable just 50 years ago, and the ability to work from home. And electricity would never work the same without copper. But to get these elements out of the ground, as well as many others, we have to have a powerful mining industry. People of third world nations toiling away in horrendous conditions bring us all the luxuries of modern life. Extraction of precious elements from the ground releases sulfuric acid, cyanide, and other toxins into the ground, and we don't need to tell you just how dangerous that is. On top of that, 4 to 7% of the worldwide greenhouse gas emissions come from major mining companies from around the world. Right now, we need these materials to produce basically everything on Earth. But what if that wasn't the case? What if we could find a clean, reliable, and safe way to mine without harming the planet? This is where asteroid mining comes in. All of the elements we need on Earth could be mined from asteroids within our solar system. With asteroid mining from the asteroid belt and the Kuiper belt, we could finally get all of the resources we need on Earth without harming the Earth. But that's easier said than done. Currently, the main problem with mining is simple: money. Take a look at this photo. These are all the asteroids in our solar system. It simply costs too much to mine and extract all of these materials from asteroids close to Earth. Even though we can mine iron, nickel, iridium, platinum, magnesium, and many other materials from these floating space rocks, doing it would be like smashing that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, it would be akin to financial suicide. That's because the cost of flying a spaceship to some of these asteroids and retrieving it would be so great that getting those resources back to Earth would be more expensive than simply mining them here. For example, the Saturn VSA-506 rocket carrying the Apollo 11 spacecraft that landed on the moon required over $20,000 to get 2 pounds of weight into lower Earth orbit. In total, the mission cost approximately $189 million. Recently, thanks to technological advances, that price has been brought down to $2,000 per 2 pounds of weight, but that's still too expensive. Even if we found the most expensive asteroid near Earth, we still wouldn't make money. The asteroid has a diameter of 202 miles and is estimated to be worth an astonishing $26.99 quintillion. Setting up a mining module on this asteroid and shipping the contents back to Earth would be so expensive that we would need to sell the nickel, iron, and cobalt found in the asteroid for a much steeper price than usual. Diotima, the second most valuable asteroid, has $7.09 quintillion worth of resources. Alauda has 5.73 quintillions, and Palma has 5.21 quintillion worth of resources. In short, if we were to collect all the materials from the 8 most expensive asteroids known to man, we would receive $60.33 quintillion. If we were to take that money and divide it amongst 8 billion people, every person on planet Earth would receive $7.5 billion. That's how lucrative space mining is. But at the current rate, it would cost sextillion to get quintillion. That's all because rocket fuel is extremely expensive. The problem is getting into a lower Earth orbit. Once there, we can use relatively cheap propulsion methods like electricity to propel and navigate the space probe into the solar system. So let's assume that we have successfully built and launched a spaceship that can land on some of these valuable asteroids. Since we've already done it with the Mars rover and the Lunar roving vehicle, we could do it again. However, we would need to choose an asteroid that's in near-Earth orbit for the first mission. This would be the cheapest way to get the first asteroid and start mining. However, we couldn't mine the asteroid in the asteroid belt. We would need to take the asteroid and bring it closer to Earth, where we would build an extraction drill to pull out all the valuable materials contained within. How would we do this? We could use lasers or lassos to stop the asteroid in space, and then wait until the Earth is near the asteroid once more. When it's near, we can use the thrusters to propel the asteroid towards the Moon, whose gravitational pull would bring the asteroid closer to Earth. Our planet's gravitational pull would do the rest. Once near Earth, we would be able to finally smash that subscribe button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, seriously now, we would be able to construct on-site and start drilling. If that's not possible, we could build the machine on Earth, launch it into space, and then secure it on the asteroid. However, the drill would be different from those we have here on Earth. This drill would need to have giant mirrors. They would direct the sunlight and boil out the gases from the asteroid. Then, the drill would descend into the dried rock, butt it up into small chunks. The gravel and rocks would then go through a centrifuge. Since all of these asteroids are rich in minerals, we would need to mine a relatively small part of it to extract a valuable enough chunk of iron, nickel, gold, or platinum. Now, the second problem arises: getting the materials back to Earth. Some scientists and engineers have suggested putting the materials into special pods, loading those pods into spaceships that would come down to Earth and unload the materials. Others have suggested using 3D printers. We would print heat-shielded capsules filled with gas bubbles that would land in the Earth's oceans, where they would be retrieved by the mining companies. And this is how the colonization of the solar system would begin. The first mission would be the most expensive. Then, as time goes on, and as we bring more materials back to Earth, the price would drop, and we would slowly but surely start to build small mining colonies around the planet. It might seem difficult and impossible now, but if you think about it, that's how we started with oil and gas. At one point, oil and gas were only used for lamps, but as the industry developed, we began using them as fuel in cars. And now, we can't imagine life without fossil fuels. It was difficult to start, and it wasn't very profitable. But once it took off, the industry made billions of dollars. Maybe it would be the same with space mining. Maybe if we bring more materials on Earth from outer space, their price would fall and they would become cheaper. As they become cheaper, more people would be able to afford them. As a result, the people living in abject poverty would be pushed up. Also, it's not hard to see how space mining would make mining on Earth obsolete. This would decrease all of the CO2 emissions in the atmosphere and bring back the balance. Mining on Earth would be talked about like it was some weird thing our ancestors did in the past. But now, pools of gold, platinum, silver, and iron are being dropped into our oceans from outer space, making mining on Earth unprofitable. See you in the next video.